The air of Cleveland, the air show is this holiday weekend in this city, and our very own, my good friend and colleague from News Channel 5, Dan Haggerty, went up in the air for quite a ride. A glimpse of what we can expect at this year's air show is what he shows us. Some of us, you may think it's a peaceful ride up there, but Dan shows us his was no joy ride.
Hey, I'm Dan Haggerty, here with Lieutenant Colonel John Klatt. He has his own bus, his own plane. What kind of resume do you need to do something like this?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm pretty much a lucky dog.
A lucky flying dog who knows how to roll over in midair. John is one of the best stunt pilots in the world, and I'm going for a ride. Not without a parachute, of course. So we'll be up in the air about 3,000 feet. The plane goes about 300 miles per hour. I take it this thing's precautionary?
Yes.
All right. The plane is called an Extra 300L, and every seat is an emergency exit.
In the likely event of an in-flight emergency, get out on the wing, jump clear of the aircraft, and pull that D-ring like we talked about. Just a precaution we have to go over. This is the...
John looks ready to go. After all, he should be in that cool state-of-the-art blue helmet with his name on it. Well, mine looks more like I'm gearing up for a 1940s football game. How do I look? It looks way cooler from the sky. When you're up in the air like this, there's something called pulling G's. A G is basically gravity. 2 G's equals 2 times gravity. So if your arm weighs 10 pounds, 2 G's, it's 20 pounds, 3 G's, 30 pounds, and so on. John, how many G's are we possibly pulling here today?
Well, we're going to pull it, but let's start out with 6 G's. Are you ready, Dan? Let's see what 6 G's feel like for you today.
I always wondered what it was like to weigh 1,200 pounds. Let's give it a try.
All right, here we go.
Oh, my Lord.
All right, now we're going to pull 7 G's. Are you ready?
Oh, my God. Woo! All right, give me a second.
All right, we'll take a break here.
Wow. So what you just saw was 7 G's, 7 times the force of gravity. And it doesn't just affect the weight of your arm, it affects everything inside of you, even the weight of your blood. So as we're going up, that blood is slowly rushing out of my head. My eyes started to go dark for a minute, but I'm all right. Believe it or not...
Did you have fun?
Oh, man. I was back on the ground before my stomach realized what I was just doing. Is that typical? Well... It is safer down here, I think. Maybe not. John's pretty good. A small price to pay, though, for a window seat like this. Here's a view of the city most people don't get to see. Incredible. In Cleveland, Dan Haggerty, News Channel 5.
Incredible indeed, Dan Haggerty of News Channel 5, my good friend and colleague. By the way, Dan Haggerty now walks with a little swagger, stunt pilot, you know. And we also want to thank Brian Archer, who was in the camera plane accompanying Dan in his high flight right over the skyline of Cleveland. Nicely done, both of you gentlemen. I appreciate it. And the air show begins this Saturday at 9 o'clock in the morning, Berkeley Fun Airport, downtown Cleveland. Maybe Dan will take us for another ride. Wouldn't that be nice?